This is the Apple HomePod. This is Apple's first approach into the smart speaker market, headlining sound quality and the connection with Siri as a personal assistant. The HomePod retails for about $349 and comes in options of white and space gray colors. Unpacking and setting up is easy. It's as simple as going through a list of options. First, you select where you want the HomePod to be located. Then you enable personal requests such as sending messages or setting reminders, after which is a simple terms and conditions and a connection to iCloud. Once you do this, the HomePod calibrates itself to the room around you. Using 6 microphone array, the HomePod sends out a near silent signal to measure the space around you for an acoustically perfect sound. And you may be thinking this is just a gimmick, but in practicality, this truly does work wonders. As stated before, the HomePod comes equipped with a 7-tweeter array, 6 microphones, and a high excursion woofer. It seems as if the HomePod sends bass through the center of the device, offering it from the top and bottom of the speaker, and this can be heard in practice. On the exterior, the HomePod has a nice plush mesh with touch controls on the top to raise or lower music, and you can hold down to talk to Siri or say the keyword, "Hey Siri, what was the score for Super Bowl 49?
There were 49 NFL games.
Downsides to the exterior design is that there are no auxiliary inputs to connect other devices, which to some of you may be hard to justify. Even though it is so, the trade-off is a unibody construction with a beautiful fabric mesh, which even extends to the power strip. There are so many other downsides, such as Siri, which pales in comparison to her competitors like Alexa or Google, the fact that it's mostly unique to Apple Music, and its lack of ability to recognize your voice, enabling literally anybody to send reminders or even texts as you. It's clear that the personal assistant was an afterthought for Apple. This can be found by citing recent articles and reports from former employees saying that Apple only introduced the Siri aspect once the Alexa came to market. So the main thing in this review that I can critique is the HomePod hardware. First, I put the microphone to test. Even with the limited responses of Siri, it can still be useful. In the stadium I was in, I stepped back up to around 50 feet till Siri started having trouble hearing me. And that was only because her voice was drowning out mine. "Hey Siri, what's the weather?"
It's currently clear and 33 degrees in Plainfield. Expect mostly clear skies.
"Hey Siri, stop. Hey Siri, what's the weather?"
It's currently clear and 33 degrees in Plainfield. Expect
"Hey
mostly
Siri,
clear
stop.
skies starting in the afternoon. Today's high.
"Hey Siri, stop." It was clear to me at this point that the HomePod was excellent at listening to what I had to say, and in the home setting, she responded similarly to my measurements. Sound quality is the main reason why most of you will be purchasing the HomePod, and I must say the HomePod is the best sounding smart speaker I've heard. Beyond the Google, Alexa, Sonos, Bose competition, the HomePod is simply impeccable at music separation, and most impressively, the bass. Usually for most smart speakers, once you crank up the volume, it gets distorted, yet the HomePod manages this perfectly. There's no rattling and no clipping, but as a result of this, it does not reach volumes its competition might. However, you will always be assured that it's a clear and crisp sound. Obviously, this won't be as incredible as headphones or any high-definition form of audio, but for what the HomePod is, it can handle almost any type of genre without distortion and still delivers on a clean sound. Because of the 7-tweeter microphone array, the vocals pop, and for its size, the bass retains a punchy nature that will please you and your guests around the house. Mids are blended with the lows, as any smart speaker may do because of its limitations, yet the HomePod clearly handles this. The HomePod uses its acoustic measurements to literally fill the room with audio. You are probably watching this video to help you make a purchase decision about your new smart speaker, and that choice is clear depending on what you are looking for. I say if you're looking for a personal assistant around the house, definitely look elsewhere. The competition, like Alexa or Google, they can handle requests more fluidly and can do a lot more in the scope rather than what Siri can do. But if you are looking for a speaker and sound quality is your priority, look nowhere else but the Apple HomePod.